So as the telephone comes in, and I'm coming back to you, red is supposed to be a natural. A natural is supposed to be an 8 and a 9. Well, what I'm talking about when I say natural is that the yellow, the blue, and the red systems are basic colors, and I like to call them the natural. In the game of Baccarat, when you get two cards, and the total of the two cards that they would call a natural would be 8 or 9. When 8 or 9 shows up on your first two cards, they call that a natural, and no other cards are pulled the hand. The dealer or the player, and you can choose whether you want to be on this side or that side, right? And they take a vig, they take a percentage away from you, which is up to I think it's 5% of the wager. Yes, it's at 5% of the wager they take away from you when you bet on the banker's side, because this is a game that's more or less equal. And if you take the banker's side, they're going to take a percentage away from you on every single hand. Red being the natural, yellow being the natural, and blue being the natural. Yellow and blue coming together to create the green. Obviously, this color is noted as oxygen. Once it passes through the lungs, it is deoxygenated, and apparently what comes out of the color, the deoxygenated, that goes into your heart and gets to use as, I don't remember exactly what it was. I can't study and remember everything. I'd be brilliant, right? If I knew everything, I would be brilliant. And if I was hooked up to the computer, I would probably know just about every single answer. Would I have all the answers if I was hooked up to the internet? I would have a good, and they would call me brilliant, right? But I'm not actually that brilliant. My brilliance would actually come out by the manipulation of searching for the information and then to explain the information to you. That is brilliance. But through the matrix system, through the computer system or the internet, we come from an altered star system. You can believe whatever you want. I speak of things that people don't believe, so obviously it is Wi-Fi or sci-fi. Everything from the alternate system. Now, I'm going to show you one thing of what I call the loop, okay? And this is what the loop is. Here's the Cancer sign, right? Here's the Cancer sign. I'm going to see if I can hold this up, right? And what I do is I take the pen and I put it in the center over here. So it comes from one side. Boy, would I like this to stand up on its own. Would I like this to stand up on its own? Hold on a second. So I put the pen in over here. The pen doesn't move. You see this side? This side goes around over to this side and then comes back around this side and then goes out the other way. This pen is reading the coming in. If this pen is going to read as it comes in from one side, it goes around the pen and comes out the other side, but it's now all been altered or changed or read. See the way it's coming in? It's in the center. You see this part over here? Here's my pen. If it reads it as it comes in, it goes around, it can change it to another system. On this side over here, see the other side? This would create my 8. See the way I can, I wish I had a system that I can show you. See this over here? This would be my 8. See this going through both sides? And it reads everywhere. This pen will read from the top. It goes onto this side. And as it's going on to that side backwards and picking up some altered element of some sort, it's able to reread and send it off to the other system saying, hey, nothing's changed. You saw it. You still see it. It's changing as it's going. It's still the same. And everything gets the change except for the natural. The yellow would be natural. And to create the certain colors, games will give you numbers to certain colors. We were talking about ham radio, and what I like about the pig is their straight nose. This is the connection of the pig. We connect two of these whoop, right in their nose. You see, in humans, they go straight down, but in pigs, they go straight across the two entries. If you would wipe out my nose, I'd have two holes. It'd be able to go straight across. Maybe it'll be just one hole over here. I don't know. But the pig, the PIG is 977 P16, Spirit of the Half-Life. I9, and G7. 977. 7 times 7, 49 equals green. 7 times 7, 49 equals to the word 8. 62 8 inside the word general. 35 8 and 44 8. Through the 7th gate, this one will be 5 and 1 and revert to Mars, because that's the numeric value for Mars. Vibration inside is 2, 3, and 4. Over here, to get to the 7th gate, you need 42. That would be the 9 lives of the cat and the word 5 and 9. And it's funny about the word 5 and 9, because you say, hey, you're jiving, or hey, you don't jive. So 5 and 9 have to do with the word jive. It fits or it doesn't fit. I do words. I do psychological understandings, first come, first serve. What's the first thing you saw in the picture? This is what we were taught in the science world. I just reenact it and put it towards the words that are spoken. Even words like stepdad, you can use anything, everything. Red Riding Hood, you know, Boys in the Hood. What's in the hood, under the cover. So we're not going to get into that. So now when we have general, right, we also have 44. And in 44, 33. 33 is 6. 44 is 8. The separation of the two is the 7th gate. So we have, what is 44? 44 becomes 33. This, which is 33, is the mass in Christ, or the mask, or the masking of the skies. Blockage of the real energy and the transfer, like going through a screen and filtering our energy, and maybe adding on or mixing something through the filter of the energy, because we may have a screen, but when you're screening marijuana, let's say, and you're taking it out and you get different levels of the THC falling out, the same thing into this world, you can screen and you can add in, so it comes back and say, hey, look, what we need for the human maybe to breathe, or the electronics or the vibration, I don't know. I need to work with scientists so I can show them how it works, these numbers, how these numbers come. So we have 62, which brings on Mars. We also have the Queen and the dog. Over here, which is 35 in general, we have the reverse, which brings on 42, and that's the cat. So we have dog and cat inside general. One which shows directly the dog, but this one shows me the cat is connected. So the cat and dog are not on the same side. Then we show 33, which is the 44, and then there's odds because they're a pair. The pair inside the game of craps now gives you odds. I don't remember, I think it's 8 to 1, because there's many ways to get 8. 8 and 6 are the easiest to get in the game of craps. So they give you, when you get doubles, they up the odds in it, because one of these numbers will come out first. When one of these numbers come out first, it cancels your bet on playing the hard ways. In Electric Company, you have 20, because 5 and 7, this will be 2, this will be 0, or 20 will go to 29, although all zeros equal 6. In this situation, coming to the 7th gate, and 9 and 6 is rotation. 9 and 7 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 2 and 5 is 7, so you'll have 29 or 20. So if I always say all zeros equal 6, in some situations, you know, just like I before E, except after C, the French don't say hat, they say at, because they don't pronounce it. The Spanish with 2 L's say llama instead of llama, which is speaking about name. We also have ham radio. Radio or radiography. Radiography is calligraphy, radiography. It's an art way or an art wave. Ra, angel residency. Dual agent residency. Maharaja, meaning of 2 kingdoms. 10106 or 5353 for 106, Electric Company. John F., he baptizes you. JF. Also, this will say the spirit of 76. So John F. becomes the spirit of 76, because we must alternate the old system into our system, because our vibration and our knowledge, our inside knowledge, the unconscious, subconscious must see the same thing. Our bodies must pick up things that we don't even know. You're learning on the go and you don't even know. Anyways, at the same time, the E-man, if you take a look, comes in at 29 and 26. The same way where general comes in at 62 and where this one comes in at 29. Where all zeros equal 620, it becomes 29 and 26. So E-man, do you follow what I'm saying? E-man. E-man, okay? When we continue the count, 28 for man, 5 for E, equaling to 33, or minus 5 for 23. We add this to 56, we minus it for 10. We then add the 10 to 56, becomes 66. That is the split of the two O worlds. And minus it for 46. X marks the spots inside the O world. Now we minus it again, it becomes 20. And 46 in this becomes 112. 112 can become 26. It can become 4 and 6 is 10. 6 and 6 is, well, that's a mistake, 12. So this number is now wrong. This number is now wrong. I don't like to say it. Now I have to look this over and put you on. Instead of where I said we connected to these numbers over here where there would be birth, but now this becomes the same, almost the same thing. This now connects to the dog system in general, but now it connects to the cycle inside the moon and Neptune. Something to do with the water and the control of the water through the moon. I don't care if it's 28 or 29, because 1 is this way for 8 and 9 is this way. Because that's how you design the H. It's a plus sign. The minus goes with the H, and the dividing sign, this way I'm dividing the two sides, goes with the I. Two sides. It's just the way it is. I wanted to add this on to my other video. Usually nobody watches more than 5 minutes. There's just so much. There's just 2114 says gun. This is the letter 3. This is the letter 5. 21 and 14. Usually all these have to do with the letter 7. 2 times 7, 3 times 7. 3 7 Nibiru. 2 7 win a big red sun of creation under the markings of gun. What is that gun? 3.75. Here's your 3. Here's your 5. 7 is over here. 3.75. 375 Magnum. Gamma ray. There's just so many things. I'm telling you, this thing that I have is huge. Huge, that I can't even explain it, that maybe there's no reality. The puzzle, the art, maybe nothing exists, but my art is based on all creation of the way I create what I explain to you. So if nothing really exists and we just die and go to nowhere. But me, personally, I was on my way out last week and I saw the tunnel. In fact, it was so exciting. I'd like to go back last week, go through all that pain and see that tunnel again and go a little bit deeper into the rabbit hole, because man, even though I was on the way out, the only thing I was thinking about was my son and saving this dynasty that I believe personally is going to save me. And I'm hoping to drag everybody in the world who wants to see the new world and to save themselves from this agony of what's going on in our skies and in our water and our totality of our systems. If you're with me, let's go. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.